One of the most frustrating things for an entrepreneur or a marketer is how to express a message. And like a lot of things with branding and marketing, there's some unlearning to do. Your message isn't your slogan or a one-liner that suddenly everyone that hears it is going to come rushing to you and buying your stuff. Your message is what your heart has to say to the world. Now, that may sound a bit esoteric, but there's a huge difference between a message that comes from the heart and a message that comes from the mind. The mind likes to present messages, what it's calling messages, as explanations. The heart is about expression. When the mind is trying to explain something, it's trying to create a problem or identify a problem, or it's trying to persuade, it's trying to create comparison. And those are all sort of traditional ways of manipulating, for lack of a better term, someone's fears and biases in order for them to buy something from you. But when you speak from the heart, there's no guile, there's no pretentiousness. It's just what you have to say. So where does that come from? How do you speak a message from the heart? You need two things. The first is you need conviction. You have to know why you're in business, or why someone should care about your product or your service. You have to know why you're here as a human being. You have to know who you are down in at the cellular level and be connected to your core self. Out of that comes conviction, which is usually expressed through a set of beliefs or principles. And once you know what those are, and you can identify them and you can feel them in your body. These are not things that you strapped on in order to be perceived as a certain way. These are things that are born of your soul and come out. That's the conviction side. The second is more of the practical side, which is articulation. So conviction, articulation. And articulation is the poetry of messaging. And we need more poets in business, first of all, because marketing copy has become so droll and predictable and uninteresting, or manipulative, as I said. So when you articulate something and you're doing it as poetry, it is forcing a level of art into the language, which is really part of the ontological structuring that's necessary in order to earn attention and create the behavior that you want from your audience. So conviction really is about what your heart has to say. Articulation is how you say it. And the sequencing we teach our clients is a why, what, how sequencing. So essentially, heart, head, hands, or spirit, idea, action. And when you can become practiced, not rehearsed, but practiced, and it's natural to articulate your message, it actually creates a similar sequencing in the listener, where the listener is feeling it in their heart and they're thinking about it in their head, and then it creates action, it creates that behavior that you're looking for. So the starting point is you have to know what you believe in. That's your conviction. And then number two is articulation, is how to express it.